Okay, 5 ways to stay looking young into your 30s and 40s. Now, this is everywhere. And where I live in Dubai, you can go to multiple streets and find cosmetic surgeon after cosmetic surgeon working on ladies, working on young girls, and now working on men. You can see that because everybody, no matter how much money you've got in the world, no matter whether you've got millions or billions or beyond, everybody wants the magic pill in order to stay young. But nobody, it's like fitness, nobody is willing to put in the hard yards and to start early. It's exactly the same as investing, exactly the same as money management, exactly the same as becoming wealthy later on in your life. If you start, the earlier you start, the easier it is to do. So the number one thing I would say is drop alcohol. Just get it out of your routine completely. Don't care whether it's just a Saturday night, whether it's just a couple of glasses of wine, or whether you go Thursday to Sunday full on and you're absolutely hammered, and then you're kind of waking up on Tuesday, Wednesday, thinking about work, thinking about your career. It's the wrong way to live. You're abusing your body. It's not going to help you. And no matter how well you can handle it, it's just not good. It's not good for every single cell in your body. It's not good for your skin. It's not good for your hair. It's not good for your muscles. It's not good for recovery. It's not good for your sleep. It's linked to cancer. It's linked to obesity. I could go on and on. It's absolutely something that you should ditch as early as you possibly can. And I know that's not going to be well received by a lot of people. It is a fun thing to do. It's a fun thing to get involved in. It's very easy to socialize. When you have alcohol around, it's very easy to feel more confident. What I would work on is being comfortable with yourself. Just being comfortable with who you are in your own skin and who you are as a person in this world. Focus on that and focus on, do you know what? Take me or leave me. I am who I am, and I have my 5, 6 friends. That's all you need. Don't be a people pleaser. It's often people that need to drink alcohol that should be the ones who are the first to give it up. The second thing, it's closely related to alcohol, is you've got to get your diet in check. You've got to keep your diet as clean as possible. I'll always advocate a vegan diet or a high vegan diet, vegetarian diet. You can argue with that. The jury is still out. There's a lot of people. I've got a friend who literally puts her carnivore diet down to her recovery from 2 cancers and her recovery after chemotherapy. The jury's still out with a lot of people. For me, it's hands down a winner. I saw the benefits in terms of recovery very quickly. Initially, I did it, and it's a long time ago now, but initially I did it for ethical reasons. I grew up with animals, and somebody just said the perfect sentence to me: animals deserve to live just as much as we do. And that just hit me. And therefore, I was in Thailand at the time. I did it for ethical reasons. I gave up meat for ethical reasons. I gave up white meat, red meat, eggs, fish, and then dairy. And what I then saw as a professional athlete was an improvement in my recovery time. So instead of doing a hard session every 4 days, I was able to do a hard session every 3 days. I wasn't having the inflammation, and there's lots of studies out there to tie dairy to inflammation. Try it out, because for me, that was a massive power play, and it really, really assisted in me feeling great all the time, and my energy was consistent. I wasn't getting any drops. People have reported exactly the same things on meat diets, but keep your diet clean. Don't be having junk food, or if you do have to have junk food, just rein it in a little bit. Keep it to once a month you go for pizza if that's your thing, yeah? Or once a month. If you know there's something out that's your vice and it's not doing you any favors, just pretend that it doesn't exist. It works for me. I love milk chocolate. Haven't had it for 15 years because I know it's not good for me. It's just packed full of E numbers and sugars, and it's addictive. And as soon as I get it, I just want to eat more and more and more. So I'll let myself have super diet chocolate, but never milk chocolate. Just as simple. I just pretend it doesn't exist. Anything that's bad for me, I pretend it doesn't exist. Next one, and it should be the foundation of everything. Sleep. You've got to guard your sleep like it is a superpower, because that's exactly what it is. Sleep is a superpower. If you're a professional athlete or if you're an elite athlete, you will understand that sleep is your number one weapon. It's the only way you can train super hard consistently for long periods of the time. It's the only way you can recover optimally, and it's the only way you can recharge your body ready to go again. Whether you're riding the Tour de France, whether you're trying to run fast marathons, whether you're trying to lift big weights, sleep is the fundamental for everything, and will help you physically, it will help you mentally, it will help all your cells recharge, it will keep your skin, your hair, your nail, all the good things that you will be taking vitamins for. It is the fundamental of everything. If you get sleep right, and the easiest way to get it right is to go to sleep at the same time every night and wake up at the same time in the morning. I've never been to that level with it because I like training later on in the day. And so I'll go to sleep late, but I'll wake up late. So I'll work late and go to sleep late, but I'll wake up late and the first thing I'll do is train. The fourth thing is reduce stress. So if you've got toxic people in your life, if you've got people that drain your energy, if you've got people that are negative, if you've got like a job that is draining you and is stressing you out, either get it in check so that it's not making you stressed anymore, you're excited to get up. You've got to be excited to get up and do whatever you're going to do. And I know that is a privileged position to be in, but you've got to work towards, if that is your sort of 2 to 3 year goal, to get up and do what you love to do and make your money that way, that's what you've got to do. You've got to guard that, because that 2-3 year period of you working in that direction from the job that you hate and the job that is making you stressed right now, that 2-3 year period will save decades off your life. Stress is, I would say, #1 killer after the main cancers, and probably massively, it's very, very difficult to link studies to it, but probably it's linked to diseases. And diet is a big one, lack of sleep is a big one. If you hear anybody saying, oh, I only need 5 hours sleep, I only need 4.5 hours of sleep, look at what happens to those people later on in their life. You can name major leaders in the world that could only needed to exist on 4 or 5 hours of sleep. They've got the most high pressured, demanding jobs in the world, and they only sleep a lot because they've got a lot on the plate. Look at what happens to them later on in life. So reduce stress wherever possible. You've got to reduce stress so that you are going to work excited, you're going to work doing something you're passionate about, or working on your business that you're passionate about. You've got to reduce stress. And if that means cutting people out, you might have the top performer in your business, but he stresses you out and he stresses other people out in the business. That is cancer. You've got to remove that person, no matter what they're bringing to the business, what profit margins they're bringing to the business. You've got to remove that person from the business, because that is a cancer. And that's stressing everybody out, which means everybody else is not enjoying their job. They're going to leave. You're potentially in a bad position. And that is a bad apple. You've got to get rid of them. So stress, reduce stress, and look after your sleep. And of course, the number 5 is exercise. Like, make sure exercise is a priority. So the best advice I can possibly give you, and I rant on about this all the time on this channel, the best advice I can possibly give you is that make exercise a priority. Do it first thing in the morning when you get up. Get a habit hardwired in your brain so that you wake up, you hydrate, you drink water, you get out there and exercise, and then you come back and you enjoy your morning coffee or whatever it is. You've got to hardwire that. If you leave it until late on the day, if you leave it even till lunchtime, or if you leave it till after work, how many things can get in the way? Whether it's something to do with work, something to do with your colleagues, indirectly work, or something that you have on your plate, maybe your family, maybe your children. How many things can go wrong if you are leaving exercise, which should be your #1 priority, until after work? How many things can go wrong? If you do it first thing in the morning, you're going to go to work or go to your business much more productive, much more positive frame of mind, less stressed, which ties into the previous points, more creative, better colleague to be around, better boss, more visionary, like better ideas, and in a much better frame of mind. You've already ticked off the major box, which is going to give you over time much more energy as well. So you've got much more to give, and therefore you're just better in all aspects of your life. If you look after your sleep, you reduce your stress, you look after your priority #1, you do your fitness first thing in the morning, whether it's going for a ride on your bike, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's going for a run, whether it's going to the gym. I'd always advocate getting out, ideally in the sun, and getting out and doing your cardio first, and then either running to the gym or doing your weights afterwards. But a good mix of cardio and weights is great. And then just nicely on top of that comes, once you start seeing results from the gym, then you're going to look after your diet. And then you're going to say, do you know what? I don't want to go out on Friday night, because instead of getting up late on Saturday morning, I want to go to the gym on Saturday morning. And so nicely, diet comes into check if you take off those first 3, and then alcohol is just like, do you know what? It's been a month and I don't miss it. That's the point that you want to get to. Another point that I would say is what you see people getting old is a lot of the time people will talk about sun, too much sun. I mean, I'm not African, and you can see the color of me. I'm out in the sun all the time. The best best possible practice would to limit the amount of sun that you get, but I wouldn't hide from it. I think that the benefits of being out there, doing your cardio, doing your cycling, doing your running, the benefits of being outside and having sunlight, vitamin D in your face it will always way outweigh the negative points concerned with the sun. But yeah, if you have any comments, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you disagree with me, if you disagree with any of those points, or you're struggling with getting any of those points over the line, let me know. I'll try and help you.